Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Marco. I am a former pro opera singer, and I love talking about video game music from an emotional perspective after a decade on the stage. I am really excited for Evercold. I haven't been around for Final Fantasy XIV for about a year, but I definitely am looking forward to since I have 700 hours in the game, and I really enjoy it. And I like Final Fantasy. I've previously filmed a teaser reaction where I talked a little bit about the music and stuff, so let's dive into it. Wow, that actually starts like one bring shadow, one bring the lie, two toned. It actually starts just like the Shadowbringers trail. Oh, that's interesting. I really like how in this you get the sense of mystery and vastness with the piano and the upper register. It's really beautiful because it feels like we're imagine you're looking out at a vista and things are trying to fall into place, you know, and you're looking out at it and you're kind of confused and troubled by life, and this music kind of plays in your, you know, your soundtrack of your life, right? This feeling of like, it's almost like a feeling of longing and not being able to like pin down exactly why things are the way they are. It's really cool. It's very, I think it's actually kind of emotional too. With the just very simple light strumming of the guitar. Right, so that's like a recollection of everything that's happened before. Ooh. Isn't that gorgeous? Da, da, ya, da, my eyes. My. It's very, very low in the register. It's very spoken. It's whispered to myself. I'm talking to myself. I'm processing everything that's happened to myself. Really beautiful.
One more time. It's my favorite story.
Oh, did it freeze?
Favorite story.
No.
Oh, you know it better than me.
Square Enix.
But if you insist.
Yes. All right.
I love the hushed echoes stuff.
Tell me about the promised land.
Long, long ago, in a time few yet recall.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Prospered, for the world was rich in plenty. Majestic trees stood sentinel over lands without.
It's a really long intro, but you can hear the guitar starting to strum a little bit louder. Things are starting to build up a little bit. Wow, look at this. This is like Game of Thrones all day. It's so interesting. Feels like some inspiration from Final Fantasy 16 as well with these giant crystals. That is awesome. Hold on now. That is such a cool little gesture. Oh my god, that's awesome. So I love that. Thunk 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 as we land in. And notice the rhythm too. That's really fun. Fight da 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 sha da 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 da. I love that because that sort of percussive rhythm really invites that conflict right away. Like we just like into it. And it's also interesting because when it starts, I actually thought it was going to go into more like of a punk rock or pop rock kind of style, but instead it goes into this, and it's almost like the lyrics get interrupted by the conflict, which is really fun. God damn, Astynian. Wow.
But then came the relentless ice. The world grew
So that's interesting. That's an interesting little nod where when we talk about the Evercold, right, in the Age of Ice, what we actually get is we get this prolonged legato singing from Jason there, where I think that represents like the shift from brightness and, you know, sort of that little bit more of that choppiness of summer or warm weather into the legato, which I think is much more, you know, we're highlighting how things have changed, right? And we highlight the sense of almost like desperation that occurs when we enter into that cold era where suddenly things are much more difficult, and it's not melancholy at all, but the connecting tissue of that, and da dee da da da, when we do that has a different kind of emotional impetus and a different kind of emotional momentum than if we were just obviously doing it in a much more staccato or shorter way, which is cool.
Succumb to bitterness.
Right.
And as we struggle to survive,
right, like, and it's just going up the scale. It's just going da dee da da da. It's basically just going up da dee da da da. Like that's it. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty simple actually.
and all was lost.
To tomorrow.
No choice but to flee to the skies.
So interesting here. So here's Amanda. What's interesting here is that, first of all, what a gorgeous, sweet Falcon. First of all, the Falconeer, but also like a beautiful Beastmaster, I guess. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful colors in this hair. Just a lovely little new character. It looks like some sort of cute little chocobo cat Moogle plush. But anyway, notice how as we go into the sky, because the earth, the ground becomes frigid, that's where we have the shift in characterization. So that becomes much brighter and much warmer, obviously, right? We use the soprano voice in the upper register, mid upper register, to invite that sense of like, you know, a discovery or tranquilness or freedom, or, you know, the warmth of finding a new place to be. You know what I mean? Ba-da-dee-da, ba-da-dee-da. What is that? That's another motif. Ba-dee-da-dee-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's another Final Fantasy XIV motif. I also think it's interesting that we immediately mix. Is that Midgar? Steampunk Midgar. I also really like that we shift into two different genres within the same song. We kind of go into a pop style that retains some of the rock elements that we hear in the very beginning loosely, and then we move into this poppy, bright, warm sound. I mean, the whole like islands thing, I just realized that's what this is, like over the weekend, and I think that's so cool. It does. That looks exactly like Midgar though, for real though. I cannot wait for this class though. As a warrior main, I am so excited for a ranged tank. See how in the music we actually get the same momentum that we had earlier? Dun, 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 that same style. There's a little bit of a chorus in there too. It reminds me very much of the riding home motif, again, from Shadowbringers. A lot of little Shadowbringers undertones here slightly. Dude, I can't wait for this class, the Bastion. Oh my god. I gotta rewind. Also, like the children's choir, like the young like boy soprano or light soprano here. When we see the Reaper, oh my god! Wait. You have the female chorus underneath, though. It actually changes gears again. It's like the heft of being a Reaper. What the fuck? It's interesting how this tone sounds exactly like the recollection of something in the past, and which is exactly what we get visually here with this guy. Like you actually literally feel and sense and hear the faint memory of the past, and regret and sadness and frustration or whatever. You know what I mean? Like because it's all in the it's in the middle upper register in the tenor range, and that plus a little bit of the muted thing, and it feels very like proclaimed and shouted, which I think is like really regret, in my opinion. Right? Wow.
Then what happened?
The land below became a frozen waste.
You hear the Final Fantasy theme in here? Listen to this.
But everything changed when they arrived.
Nice.
The traveler. The one from the sky.
Aye. Though in those days, we knew them as
Wow. Holy aura.
wanderer.
Wow. It's really interesting because ultimately the thing that really stands out to me is the fact that I don't think this is as pronounced or maybe even as distinctive as, say, the Shadowbringers theme or Heaven's Words theme, Stormblood's even. Like, this one's a lot more dialed back and a lot more, I think, internal, and a lot more of a song about processing or learning, or it's not as pronounced, it's not as defiant, obviously it's not as like heavy hitting and not as punchy. And I think that is obviously because of the circumstances that this world that we find ourselves in is in, right? Like that's just, it wouldn't be loud, it wouldn't be boisterous, because it doesn't really, like, it doesn't make sense based on the plot. Now, we do get some of that, obviously, when we first see the Warrior of Light and our friends in the first little chunk when we pop in. But other than that, it kind of, the whole thing is kind of pretty pulled back. So it's cool. I really like this theme, and I'm really excited for Evercold to be coming back home, so to speak, and I hope it's really enjoyable. So thanks a ton, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. Feel free to like and subscribe. Feel free to check out the rest of the Final Fantasy 14 or Final Fantasy videos on the channel. Feel free to join the Discord. Feel free to join the Patreon. Thanks a ton, and I'll see you later. Bye.